Dawn lifts over a sighing sea. KingKong stands like a living mountain, watching calm waters. The gentle octopus drifts in submerged light, colors whispering. From the depths, a long shadow stirs. As a massive hand meets the surf and a tiny tentacle replies, trust germinates between shore and deep, soft as breath, steady as the sea's pulse. Wind stretches clouds, water mirrors gentle eyes. A cold spiral slips through kelp, heralding an intruder. Above, KingKong anchors into stone beneath a leaden sky and distant thunder. Droplets thicken like an army's dust, air tightens like a bowstring. The overture closes, an event door opens from the dark below. The event strikes like a storm hammer. The behemoth breaches, a net of limbs swallowing the frame, trapping the gentle octopus in slick coils. KingKong rumbles and dives, foam raining within rain. Underwater, two forces face. Amber meets sulfur yellow, and between them beats a tiny life. The sea holds its breath before an ancient rite of strength and trust. A skyhammer punch, water-splitting backfist, foam erupts into sandy rain. The predator stalls half a beat. Suckers brand cold fire rings. KingKong pivots, guards, growls. A grab, yank, slam crashes into the reef. Fractures bloom, haze rises, and the gentle octopus slips to safety. The battle's language is written: rhythm, force, survival gaps. An ink curtain falls. In the haze, an arm, a tentacle, and breath must trust. KingKong shields, listening more than seeing. Ripping the ink, a meteor strike rakes the black beak. The seafloor quakes like a metal stage. The abyss yawns, biolum specks drift like galaxies. Battle is dragged deeper, yet eyes stay bright. The canyon compresses sound into metallic hiss, an ambush lashes out. KingKong braces and shoulder throws. The gentle octopus taps the rim as a cue. A vortex ropes all three, but giant feet stake deep, a war drum heart keeping time. Coral collapses, rubble rains, a comma before a longer storm. Tactics clear a path, an off-tempo lure, fine grit needles toothed suckers, a hinge hook rings like a drowned bell. Under coral dust rain, a rock becomes a shield. Take, stop, hammer back. The black beak bites stone apart, dark sparks bloom. KingKong yields half a step, then shoulders in, turning weight into a weapon. Terrain becomes a maze. King Kong pins two limbs in the choke, but ink blooms, darkness unbolts. A forearm shelters the small friend, green biolum writing on slime. Act 3 runs long. The surface detonates as all three breach. Rain strings like harps, lightning freezes drops, the world splits, storm above, abyss below. On slick cliffs, wind screams. Each King Kong step is a survival command. A boulder arcs like a crescent. Time slows for a fated block. The predator climbs by suction, serpent long. At the brink, breath gathers and shoulders become a sledge, while a cyan streak marks a fissure to the left. Lightning fire dances over wet fur and slick skin. Light takes sides. Rain thickens, the torch dies, but hip-shoulder leverage replaces flame. Two coils cinch the chest, bones creak like bowstrings. The gentle octopus unlatches toothed rims, giving breath back. There is no lone hero, only an alliance born of the sea. A turn, a wet tear, back fist chains to a hook, the beak's fracture lengthens. Dawn mist lifts from the back like mountain smoke, the predator drags for depth. In the hush, a plan sparks, ink as curtain, cyan as guide. A tiny nod, what only the heart understands. The ocean becomes a theater. Waves walls, wind drapes, earth, water, night take their marks. Opening salvo, whip, clamp, crush, tear, answer, guard, pivot, slip, counter. The hinge hook clicks dry like old ice. The predator reels, but King Kong holds tempo. The ending still owes a beat. Ink stands like iron. A cyan star leads through night. Sand blinds a sensor. King Kong breaks a root along the hip arc, crackling through flesh. Two coils girdle the chest again. The sky tips, then a breath slit opens. Death retreats half a step before a small being. A heavy tear, a short silence. The predator summons wind and waves. King Kong hunches, loading an unseen point. Final right prelude, chest thump, a look, cyan nod. Slanting rain tightens the frame. Combos print like maps. Back fist, hook, guard, pivot, against whip, clamp, crush. The sky tilts, they drop into a water valley, knees snap the surface. Shorefire reflects on slime and fur. Light unmasks the foe. Though the torch dies, a perfect lane opens for a dry lightning shoulder. Each shattered drop spells steadfast. A fresh coil rises. Breath is stolen, then returned by a tiny pry at the toothed rim. The muscle cyclone returns. Back fist drums. Hook widens the crack. The greatest ink curtain falls like iron, but Cyan writes a route. Night is no longer a home, only a backdrop for a promise. A hidden shoulder check tips balance. Ink thins, the weak point stands bare. On a wave's crest, three silhouettes rise like vows. Eye meets eye, amber to sulfur yellow. Between them, a cyan signature signs destiny. Drums roll, strikes read like maps. KingKong blocks, pivots, hooks the hinge. From below, a knee burst shards water like thin glass. Lightning answers. Slow motion engraves a meteor into the black beak. Each raindrop a star, each fur fiber an etching. Collision like iron ships. KingKong slides half a step, then stops it on his hip, the boom traveling through rock and bone. A cyan streak marks again. Back fist scrambles timing. Hook breaks structure. The fracture runs like silent lightning. Joy flickers, then dims. Not yet. Ink blacks the frame, but the beacon lives. KingKong walks into night like memory, where weight is language. A shoulder in darkness flips the scale. As ink thins, truth opens. The finishing line sits here. On the crest, sunlight rinses the sea. The story ripens. The hinge hook rings metal again. The crack blooms like a black flower. The last ink wall stands, but the beacon pierces. KingKong turns night into a guide. A pinch of sand blinds a sensor. He grips the base and breaks along the natural curve. A muted snap, foam bursts. Two coils girdle the chest, an old threat repeated. The gentle octopus opens the toothed seam, breath returns. The muscle cyclone, back fist then hook, the sentence well rehearsed, the beak's crack gleams in water. Thick ink veils the sky, yet a cyan thread embroiders a path. The last door cracks open. A shoulder drives the weak point, the balance topples. Ink thins, the hinge stands naked like lightning. On the crest, a halo gathers. The sea grants fate one quiet beat. One glance, one cyan cue. KingKong lifts his fist, packing scars, time, breath, and promise. The decisive blow falls like a meteor. The black beak shatters, echoing through stone. The beast collapses, the ocean exhales. The gentle octopus turns calm blue, a thank you in color. The giant body sinks, shards glitter like black glass. KingKong sets the small friend in a gentle tidal pool. Gentleness is victory too. On wet sand, a black beak shard is an ending written in stone. Waves turn the page, sand erases the line. Memory will fade, the lesson stays. Amber eyes meet W-shaped pupils, a storm-forged friendship now lit by sun. Far fires flicker with good news. KingKong looks, then back to sea, the road still there. A giant arm points to the horizon. The gentle octopus follows, eyes full of long roads. Droplets fall as final notes. No brass or drums, only heartbeat. Seabirds ink black strokes on a rinsed sky. They stand inside a new frame, simple and vast. KingKong rises, heavy soft steps like fading drums. The gentle octopus rides a shoulder, a small blue flag. At the brink, they hold one beat longer, an unspoken goodbye complete. Facing open water, a small limb draws a green-blue thread across an endless chart. The wonder is not knowing the end. On sand, a shard spells the end. Waves erase, time wipes, the lesson remains. A wide frame, open sky, two friends tucked in a corner, leaving room for dreams. Close-up, water drains from fur and sucker rims. The body a battle map, scars wayfinding marks back to peace. Gulls stitch black threads across silver waves. They walk beneath a sky of blessings, peace as courage's reward. The last cliff, one backward glance, amber eyes ask, the sea answers. The crane lifts, revealing shimmering vastness. Two figures shrink, the story widens. After the storm, shells like forgotten notes. KingKong leaves one by the friend's pool, a keepsake for tomorrow. Clouds like sails, a promise tied to wind, depart when the sea calls. A silver school passes, the world's gentle greeting. The camera pulls back, sea and sky embrace. We leave while the story is still warm.